here we go. Okay, guys, I'm going to give away one of my big secrets here. I learned this while I was playing guitar at a Spanish restaurant while I was in college. So I was studying classical music, real heavy guitar music from the 19th century, and I had this gig, but it seemed like I was losing the gig because I was playing this like real sophisticated Bach and stuff like that. They wanted just a Spanish vibe, and I actually learned something really cool about improvising. And if you watch this channel, you know that my main thing is improvising American music, roots American music. But I learned something that helped improvise any type of music, and that was to play what I call the open note scale. Another name for that would be Phrygian. It would be a E Phrygian. But I came to this realization before I really even studied what scales work here and how to improvise. I had learned the notes of C in the open position. Well, I saw some flamenco guys, and whenever they would take a solo, of course they weren't using a pick, they weren't cheating like me, they would blast that scale. It's a mode, Phrygian mode, and it sounds super Spanishy. So I started to notice that if I played this very typical Spanish chord progression, A minor, G, F, and E, I could really just coast and have a great time improvising using those notes. So, of course, eventually I learned all the notes of the guitar and all the modes and all that stuff, and I learned how to do it outside of the first position. But man, if that first position scale, that open note scale, the notes of C major, aka Phrygian, E Phrygian, really helped me get this Spanish vibe going, and I think you'll really enjoy it, even if you're on the electric guitar. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I would loop a typical Spanish chord progression like this one. 2, 3, 4. So I'm noodling around with my Phrygian. At the time I had long fingernails. So I got this chord progression, which is a pretty typical chord progression in the key of A minor. And at the time, I knew that A minor was the relative minor of C major. So those 7 notes of C major, I could just go crazy with those. That's before I really started studying jazz and like playing off of each chord. I just knew that I could rapid fire the notes of C major over an A minor song. I'm not advocating that's the best way to do it, but that's how I got this basically fake flamenco vibe that was so fun, and people really, really dug it. So I'll play the scale for you one more time. This is a E Phrygian. In the open position. So it's C major scale starting from an E. I'm talking about a lot of different scales. All you need to know is that if you're in A minor and you play all the notes, no sharps or flats, in the open position, you're going to have a great, fun way to start really making some cool music. Alright, so if you're in the key of A minor, you're going to see a lot of the E chord. That G sharp is a modification of the A natural minor scale. We can think of it is just outside the key. They use this E chord to have a lot of pull back to A minor. But they need to modify one note. That G sharp, that's going to give you the harmonic minor sound. Let's not go deep into that right now, but just know that at the end of your phrases, that G sharp is going to sound good. So now you also have a G and a G sharp. Let's try it. So, give it a try. Look at this tabs of this E Phrygian. It's going to be a fun time. A minor, G, F, and E. Don't be afraid to just explore with it. And if you know scales all over, you know the modes all over your guitar, you can really take this to the next level. I apologize to any real flamenco guitar players out there, but I do want to say this Spanish vibe is super cool, and at some point I will get more into the flamenco vibes. Hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. If you want some free lessons, go to blackbeltmusician.com. I got some great improvising lessons on there. And subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys in the next video.